so let's get ready to get into our practice of our examination today. Why might the user opt to include the following snippet in their configuration file? Required version greater than or equals to 0.12. In most cases, that's when you're trying to make sure that your whole configuration of the project or module you're working on is with a particular syntax. Since the update from version 0.11 to 0.12, there have been major changes. So now it's always advised to use the required version in your Terraform code to make sure it aligns. You can see the explanation down below. You can use the required version to ensure that the user deploying infrastructure is using Terraform version 0.12 or greater due to the vast number of changes that were introduced. As a result, many previously written configurations had to be converted. Okay, let's go to question 2. What feature do you think Terraform Cloud or Terraform Enterprise can use and to maintain a set of custom modules which can be used within your organization? Of course, it wouldn't be the Terraform registry, nor the custom VCS integration, neither the remote runs. You can see the explanation below. You can actually use modules from a private registry, like the one provided by Terraform Cloud. Private registry modules have source strings of the form you can see there. This is the same format for the public registry, but with an added hostname prefix. Question 3. When writing Terraform code, how many spaces are advised between each nested level? The answer is 2. You can check on the website, Terraform website, for more information. Let's go to question 4. When multiple arguments with single line values appear on consecutive lines at the same nesting level, what does Hashicorp recommend for us to do? The answer here is answer A, aligning the equal signs. It's actually not putting the arguments in alphabetical order, nor is it placing all the arguments within the variable at the top. So the answer is question A. Let me scroll down so you can see the last answer, D, and we can look at why the answer is question A. You can see right there. Answer D says place a space in between each line, and of course that is not the correct answer either. Let us scroll down and look at why answer A is correct. Hashicorp style conventions suggest that you align the equal signs for consecutive arguments for easy readability for all your configurations. You can actually check this more on the Terraform website as well. Question 5 says a user created 3 workspaces using the command line. The workspaces are prod, dev, and test. The user wants to create a 4th workspace named stage. What command can he or she use to do that? The answer is D, Terraform workspace new stage. You can check more on the link pasted in the explanation. The answer is not A, nor B, nor C. There's no hyphen there. It's just Terraform workspace new stage. Okay, let us scroll down to question 6. Question 6. Complete the following sentence. For local state, the workspaces are stored directly in a dash. What do you think the answer is? Okay, let us scroll down. The answer is there's a folder actually when you create a state file for workspaces. So the folder is the terraform.tfstate.d folder. That is where the state file, the local state for any workspaces you have created, are saved in. It is not the terraform.tfstate nor terraform.tfstate.backup. You can check for more information on the link added in the explanation. Okay, let us continue. We are going to question 7, which says a backend in Terraform determines how state is loaded and how an operation such as apply is executed. Which of the following is not a supported packet type? Alright, so the answer is question C. Actually, GitHub is not a supported packet type. One could think it is. GitLab is, but GitHub is not. Console is, Artifactory is, Terraform Enterprise, of course, and S3. You can go to the link added in the explanation for more information. Okay, let's go to question 8. Question 8. Terraform Cloud is more powerful when you integrate it with your version control system provider. Select all the supported VCS providers from the answers below. Okay. You have GitHub, GitHub Enterprise, Bitbucket, and Azure DevOps Server. CVS version control, of course, is not really any version control system. That's just an answer to show you off. But you can see in the explanation the different supported VCS providers. We have GitHub, github.com, Enterprise, GitLab, Bitbucket, and Azure DevOps. For more information, you can check the link added as well in the explanation. Question 9. Which of the following Terraform subcommands could be used to remove the lock on the state file? The answer is question B, Terraform force unlock. If you type the command Terraform state unlock, it wouldn't do anything. With the command Terraform force unlock, it removes the lock on the state file. You can check for more information on the link added. Question 10. A user has created a module called My Test Module and committed it to GitHub. Over time, several commits have been made with updates to the module, each tagged in GitHub with an incremental version number. Which of the following lines will be required in the module configuration block in Terraform to select version 1.04? The answer is A. You can look at the explanation below. Terraform clones using the $ref equals to and then the branch name or the tag name. You can use either branch or tag. Question 11. While Terraform is generally written in Hashicorp language, what other syntax can Terraform be expressed in? If you have ever looked at the Terraform TF state file, you will notice that the JSON language is the language that Terraform can also be expressed in. You can write Terraform in either JSON or HTML. Question 12. A user creates 3 workspaces with the command line prod dev and test. Which of the following commands will the user run to switch to the dev? The answer is question A, Terraform workspace select dev. It's not switch, it's not that switch, it is just select dev. You can look for the website on the link added in the explanation below. Okay, let's continue. Let us scroll down and continue to question 13. I hope they have taken the website added over there for you to go and check it out yourself. Question 13. Terraform Enterprise, also referred to PTFE, requires what type of database for a clustered deployment? The answer is PostgreSQL. The reason is that the PostgreSQL has more capability to support the storage capabilities required by the Terraform state file than the MySQL, the MS SQL, and the Cassandra. You can check more information on the Terraform website. Be sure to check the PostgreSQL requirements for information that needs to be present for Terraform Enterprise to work. Actually, this option is better for users with expertise using PostgreSQL. And you can check it on AWS with the AWS RDS service. So which of these operating systems can support Terraform? All of them except Unix. The reason being that in creating Terraform did not take Unix operating system into consideration, being an older operating system. You can see there in the explanation, this question has been recently updated to reflect documentation updates on the Hashicorp website. Presently, Terraform is supported on Ubuntu, Red Hat, CentOS, Amazon Linux, but not on Unix operating system. You can check for more information on the link added in the explanation of this specific question. Okay, let us scroll down and go to our next question. Question 15. When Terraform needs to be installed in a location where it does not have internet access to download the installer and upgrades, the installation is generally known as to be what? Air-gapped. So whenever you are working, and for example, you are using Terraform Enterprise or any other Terraform, and you need to download modules, but you have internet connection to do that, and you download using external sources, then it is called air-gapped installation because you're not using internet. Which of the following is not a valid Terraform string function? The answer is C, because the toString function is not a string function, it is a type conversion function. It is a function that helps in converting any argument in it into a string value. So it is not a string function, it is a type conversion function. I hope that makes sense. You can see the link added as well. Question 17. What is the result of the following Terraform function call? Now, the lookup function actually it retrieves the value of a single element from a map given its key. Looking at this diagram, you can see that the key given is C. So it does not match anything in the map given. You can only see A and B. So the answer is obviously C. You can check the link added in the explanation for further explanation on the lookup function. Question 18. Which of the following commands will launch an interactive console for Terraform interpolations? The command is Terraform console. It's a good command if you want to go and run some little Terraform expressions and functions, practice them. The command is Terraform console. Go to the link added in the explanation for more clarification. Question 19. What is the result of the following Terraform function call? Index A, B, C in a list and then C. You remember in indexing, it always starts with 0. So A is 0, B is 1, and C is 2. So the answer is C, which is 2. You can go and check for more information on the link added in the explanation. If you do have some knowledge of programming, you would know what indexing is, and I think this will make a whole lot of sense to you. Question 20. What is the result of the following Terraform function call? The zip map, basically, it maps what is on the first list with the second list. So A is equals to 1 and B is equals to 2. So the first answer is correct. All the other answers are not correct. These are some options you are going to notice while doing this test. The answers given to you, the suggested answers, are not too far from the correct answer. You just have to be careful not to be falling into the trap. Okay, that's the explanation there. Zip map constructs a map for a list of keys and a corresponding list of values. A map is denoted by the map, the curly bracket, where the list is denoted by the square bracket. True or false? By default, Terraform Destroy will prompt for confirmation before proceeding. Absolutely. Terraform Destroy always prompts for confirmation, just like Terraform Apply does. You can try this as well locally in your own computer. Question 22. The Terraform state command can be used to do what? To refresh, to view, to modify, or there's no such command? Obviously, the answer is C. You can use the Terraform state command to modify the current state, such as removing items and even renaming items. You can check information on the link added in the explanation. Okay, let's continue. We're going now to question 23. Select all operating systems that Terraform is available for. Okay, you remember we just looked at these questions a few minutes ago. Hashicorp is giving us another similar question. We already have the answer. So we know everything except Unix. And we know why. That is because in creating Terraform, Hashicorp did not consider Unix as a operating system that will ever come up again. So everything is used except Unix. Check for more information on the link added in the explanation. Question 24. In the following code snippet, the block type is identified by which string? Looking at this code, you'll notice that the block type is the very first word, resource. So the answer is A. The answer is not B, the answer is not C, nor is the answer D. Because remember, we have different kinds of blocks in Terraform. We have the resource block, we have the data block, we have a module block. We don't have anything else we don't have anything like AWS instance block, nor DB block, nor even instance type block. Okay. So question 25, true or false? Terraform init cannot automatically download community providers. Actually, I marked this as being true, but actually it's false. Recently, with the recent updates, Terraform init automatically downloads community providers. So my answer here is true, but actually with the recent update, it is now false. Please, the answer here is not true, it is false. Please check the recent updates of Terraform to check that out on the Terraform website. Question 26. Anyone can publish and share modules on the Terraform public module registry. Meeting the requirements for publishing a module is extremely easy. Select the following list, listing all the valid requirements. The module must be on GitHub and must be public repo. You must have the format Terraform provided name, and you must also add the tags. in the format XYZ. You can take time to read through the explanation. I've taken time to clearly explain why we have to use this particular methodology in adding our modules to the public registry on Terraform. First of all, it must be on GitHub. It must be a public repository. Secondly, you must make sure it's named Terraform-provider-name. Just like you have seen the example, the Terraform AWS EC2 instance. Also, you must make sure you add the description to your repository. Make sure you use the standard module structure. You can check that structure on the Terraform website. And also, it's always advised to add tags. Actually, you must add tags to the releases following the order x.y.z. For example, 0.9.2. You can check for more information on the link added as well. Question 27. Provided dependencies are created in several different ways. Select the valid provided dependencies from the following list. The wrong answer here is C. C says existence of any provided plugins found locally in the working directory. That is wrong. Why? The existence of provided plugin in the local working directory does not itself make it a provided dependency. It must be referred to in the code, in your Terraform code. The plugin can actually exist without any reference to it in the Terraform configuration. For more information, you can check the link added on the Terraform website. Okay, we are going to question 28. True or false? Each Terraform workspace uses its own state file to manage the infrastructure associated with that particular workspace. The answer here is true. The persistent data stored in the backend belongs to the workspace. Initially, the backend had only one workspace called default. But with the reason of this now, there are more workspaces. So yes, each workspace is going to have its own Terraform state file. Question 29. The Terraform language supports a number of different syntaxes for comments. Select all that are supported. The only one which is not supported is the D. You can check for more information on the Terraform website. Terraform supports the #, the 2 slashes, the /*/ for commenting Terraform configuration files. Please use them with Terraform to comment out. Question 30. Which statements best describe what the local variable assignment is doing in the following code snippet? Looking at this, you can notice that the local block on line 10 basically creates a list of route table names, eliminating duplicates. Why? Because the distinct function is a function that eliminates any duplicates. Route table all is assigned a list of unique route table names filtered from a list of objects describing subnet details. One of those objects attributes being route table name. And distinct is a function that helps us in removing any duplicates. Question 31. True or false? Terraform refresh is used to reconcile the state of Terraform with the real world infrastructure. The answer here is false, because Terraform actually what it does is it does not modify the infrastructure, but it modifies the state file. You can check for more information on the link added in the explanation. Okay, I'll continue scrolling down. Question 32. When using constraint expressions to signify a version of a provider, which of the following valid provider versions satisfy the expression found in the following code snippet? When you have such a code snippet, what you're basically trying to say is the version must be above version 1.20 but below version 1.30. For example, any version 1.2. anything is supported. You can check for more information on the link added. Question 33. Environment variables are used to set variables. They must be in the format you can see here. Select the correct prefix. The answer is C. Environment variables can be used to set variables. They must be in the format tf_var_ the name. You can see examples there for the region, the AMI, the AList function, and the AMAP function. For more information, you can check the link added in the explanation. Question 34. Talking about resources, how many can Terraform run at the same time concurrently? The answer is 10. By default, Terraform can support a parallelism of 10 at the same time. You can add it, you can reduce it, but by default it is 10. Okay, question 35. Select the most accurate statement to describe the Terraform language from the following list. This is very, very trick of a question. Please take time to go through it. If you go through it, you notice that the answer is question. The answer is D. Terraform is an immutable declarative infrastructure as code provisioning language based on Hashicorp configuration language or optionally JSON. The keyword there being immutable, declarative, and infrastructure as code. I've added some links there. First of all, it's not a configuration management tool. It is a declarative language. It supports a syntax that is JSON compatible, and it is primarily designing a immutable infrastructure principles, just like Packer does.